Hey guys, what's going on? My name is CJ, and welcome to episode 2 of Narcissu. I finally figured out how to say it, and I actually looked up the flower too, and it's actually a pretty cool flower. Here's a little screenshot of it. But, it was also the flower that was on the thumbnail yesterday that the girl was sitting on. So that's going to be the official thumbnail for this series, probably, unless I decide to change it up a little bit. So I hope you guys like it. But today, we are going to start with chapter 2, the Silver Coupe. Now, you guys saw yesterday that we just unlocked this together, so yeah, let's just get started. A few days passed in which it became even more serious. Out in the world, it was the middle of what was called examination season. As always, the two of us were watching the television today. Oh, and also, before we actually get started, I got a drink. And yeah, I haven't posted any videos yet, officially, like, to be public. But, hopefully you guys showed a lot of love for the series. I really hope you did, because I'm going to keep it going no matter what. The episodes are probably going to be shorter, like one chapter a day. Or not a day. One chapter of video. Last episode was just special because it was the prologue. But that's how we're going to do things from now on. I don't know what happened to my lighting. I look way wider than yesterday. Yesterday I was all like orange and shit. I was Donald Trump yesterday. But I don't know. Whatever. I don't really mind. I like either one. But yeah. So. Anyway, let's continue on. I'm going to move my mouse out of the way. It's boring, isn't it? Hang on. I think it changed up again. Yep. It sure did. I'll turn it up one more. I like the music anyway. It's cool. Let me move my mic a little bit. I always find myself moving my mic mid-recording. Because I never know how I sound. Or if I sound decent or not. Okay. An exchange that couldn't even be called a conversation. There were days where the two of us meaninglessly passed the time. I feel like I already got through this. Speaking of which, for you, when was it? I see. It's today, eh? Here, the today that we spoke about was what she had told me before, her temporary discharge. Too morbid. Yeah, okay, I can't get her any louder, so I'm just gonna turn it up on my Mac, I guess. I don't know, sorry guys if it's really quiet. I'll try to turn it up, post-edit. That's right. Even if she were to once again return to the 7th floor, just once more was probably the limit. In that time, surely I would also be coming and going between home and this place. For the two of us, that a timing existed for us to meet again was quite unthinkable. That which do you want to die at thing? No, not yet. She nodded in a slightly lonely way. That expression was probably because she was someone going on their second temporary discharge. Also, I looked something up about this, and I just typed it in when I was searching for stuff for the thumbnail. This has been dubbed the saddest visual novel, and I can see that. I really can, because from what I've seen so far, yeah, it's pretty fucking sad. Well, I've yet to realize things. The doctors have not discussed my first temporary discharge. That reminds me. In the end, did she decide on her own answer for herself?
Setsumi?
Yeah, she's just generally quieter than everybody else. Coming here and speaking was some older lady. Most likely it was the girl's mother. To me, since I was sitting next to her, the mother bowed her head slightly.
じゃあ、そろそろ行くけど、用意はいい？ それでは失礼します。
Once again, giving me a small bow, the lady made to leave the place. The lady made to leave the place. Grammar. And then she stretched out her hands to the girl that was her daughter. Was that like a sigh almost? Like, I couldn't tell. But the girl didn't make to leave the place. Even when her mother tugged on her hand, for some reason she didn't make to stand from the folding chair. Am I just an idiot or something, or is the grammar like way off? Like, this grammar is hurting me.
どうかしたの、節美。
少し苦しい。
え、苦しいってどこが？胸？お腹？
胸。
ちょっと待ってなさい。
Oh,
すぐに
shit.
先生呼んでくるから。
Is she okay? In a rush, making a slapping sound with her guest slippers, the lady ran towards the nurse's station. Left in that place was the girl still hunched over in a folding chair, and me. Her condition or its progression, I knew absolutely nothing about it. The things that I knew were her name was Setsumi, blood type O. Only the things that were on that white bracelet. However, we were residents of the 7th floor, and at the least, she was worse than me. Say, until the doctor comes, wanna lie down there? As I spoke, I pointed to the couch. It was something that was placed in a corner of the room from before. Look, I'll support your back. Yeah, I think that's just like a sigh or a... Damn it, dude! Yeah.
別にもう平気よ。
Did she just lie to her mom so that she wouldn't have to leave? Does she love us? She likes us. Nah, I'm probably reading way too much into it. With just that reply, she quickly stood up on her own. Hey, you. Don't force yourself. Faster than I could finish, quickly, she walked out into the hall. Oh shit, I just realized my mouse was in the way. Oops. Night after the lights were put out. As always, holding a book of manga, unable to sleep, I wandered around the hospital. And then with the lights off, the pitch-dark lounge. There I found her figure. Yo, you're here again? What's wrong? Feeling bad again?
別に
While looking out the window, that was all the girl replied with. In the end, it seemed that the girl's temporary discharge had been postponed. Oh, that's good for the hero, or protagonist. With that, I didn't know when the next opportunity would be, but most likely the postponement was not in a few days, but weeks. Say, I'm just wondering. But today, were you faking sickness? There's those serious moans again. Well, the term faking sickness itself might have been a bit strange, since after all, we couldn't really be said to be in a normal condition. The important thing is, you didn't want to go on temporary leave?
意味がわからないわ。
Well, I guess you wouldn't. Well, you won't have any more after, right? To that question, she remained silent and gave no reply. From before, she had repeatedly asked me which place I planned to die in. And to that, I had not yet decided, while the girl had said she didn't like home or the 7th floor. You really don't have another place to go, do you?
だったらどうなのよ。
No, nothing. In the usual lounge, now pitch dark. As always, without even looking my way, the girl sat looking out the window. Even though it was still 11 o'clock, in this place called a hospital, most of the lights were already out. This place was where ordinary and extraordinary days met. Moreover, we were residents of the 7th floor. Already, we could choose nothing outside of the 7th floor and home. From that dark 7th floor window, the girl continued looking out, and at the sorry, let me restart that one. From that dark 7th floor window, the girl continued looking out at the outside world, the ordinary world. There, I got it that time. See? I'm professional. Still, the buildings and houses shone brightly with light. The roads home were filled with the figures of people hurrying home. I myself had only barely realized my situation, but already I was a resident of the 7th floor, a person of the extraordinary world. Probably I was already unable to return to the other world. The me whose time has stopped, numerous seasons, white overcast skies, passed without even the need to exchange words with anyone. In the beginning, from the window I watched lively children go to school, people walking quickly. When I tired of that, I always watched the television. There was nothing else to do, nothing else I could do. Even if outside the window it was snowing, the screen had the sun. Without cold, heat, or pain, a dream world spread before my eyes. I sought peace in imaginations. I only greatly increased my knowledge, simply accumulating more and more meaningless trivia. At some point, the things shown on the television lost their reality. Next, in books, in games, and then family. Finally, even in my own body, as if watching some stranger, I lost the ability to understand it is real. That was why, when I came to the 7th floor, I wasn't surprised. If I closed my eyes, always, the world would disappear. That's why I thought I was fine with it. Made myself think I was fine. And soon, I would be discharged a second time. The next time I come here, I might not be able to walk on my own. Even though I knew that, I felt my unresisting self to be wretched. I felt myself, who didn't even have a destination, to be ridiculous.
時間を止め、心を止め、胸に大きな傷跡を作り。
Oh, so she's had heart surgery.
それでも22年も生きてき
She's only 2 years older than us?
た哀れだと思った。
These kids, they're just kids. I mean, yeah, they're adults, but they've just barely lived, man. After a few days more, the cloudy days ended yesterday, and the high winter sky spread wide. Surprisingly, my father came to visit. In the beginning, he had a pained look on his face. That's a first. However, he said something about my insurance. That makes more sense. At that time, his eyes weren't sad. Well, I have to talk a bit with the doctor. Saying that, my father went down the hall. He seemed to be heading to that place from before, the gloomy conference room. So, Dad's only sad because he's got to pay more insurance. Greedy bastard. Your son's in the hospital. He's dying. Show some sympathy. Once again, I was alone in the hospital room. With nothing to do, I stretched my hands out to the weekly magazines bought for me from the store. Where's the music? They were there along with the fruits and juice that he always brought when visiting. Next to the basket with fruit inside. Just in front of the melons that I hated. Oh, sound effects. Dad, I'm so sorry! This dad just fucking blew me away just now. Here he is, completely like cold towards his son. He gets the wrong kind of fruits that his son hates. He goes and talks about the insurance, and he's got this gloomy look in his eye, and I'm sitting here thinking that he's just a greedy bastard and doesn't care about his son at all. And he drops the car keys in front of him. If you guys remember from the beginning of the story, half-assed jokingly, our protagonist asked him if he could have the keys to the car so he could drive the car. because he just got his license. And both of his parents simultaneously basically just said, no, you can't do that. So this is it's kind of a big moment for the protagonist. Shining silver keys. It was the coupe father was so proud of, with the interior he apparently had modified. Oh, so the silver coupe is a car. No idea. I had no idea. I'm not a car person. I mean, I'm not a car person. Before I had asked on a whim to borrow it and had been quickly turned down, it was the keys to that car. And in my pajamas chest pocket, that driver's license. I'm feeling like really happy for the protagonist right now. Like, damn. That day, even though it had lost its debut, I had continued to carry the license. It was proof of my once ordinary days. Silently, I grasped the keys. I just went and did it. Even I didn't know the exact reason why. Simply, I just did that. It was like watching a single scene on television somewhere. Then, taking a few days' worth of medicine that I had been given, I just placed them in a bag from the convenience store and headed down the hall. Slipping by the nurse's station, I quickly continued to walk towards the elevator. In my right hand, a plastic bag. In my left, the car keys. In my chest pocket, the license that was supposed to have lost its debut hid. In front of the lounge, the next thing that came into sight was the figure of the girl, as always, watching the television. Sitting in a cheap folding chair, today she was also boredly looking at the screen. Hey you, is that interesting? That's kind of like their thing. I think that's their thing. That's just what they say to each other.
そう見える
Yeah. Nope, not at all. The usual exchange. Her eyes were, as usual, seemingly looking far away. Well then, shall we go together? She's so cute when she's surprised. While showing her the car key in my hand, I continued speaking. I also don't like home. They're gonna run away together!
私は7回も嫌
Oh, they're gonna run away together! So, shall we go together? Yeah, they're running away together! Yes! It's finally turning into a romance! Oh, I'm too gay for this. With that word, the girl stood up from the folding chair. Lightly, her long hair swayed and brushed to the tip of my nose. And so the girl also packed a few days' worth of medicine into a plastic bag. Then the two of us placed the 7th floor behind us. I turned off the boring television. The shrilly laughing voice of the host was silenced. The two of us in pajamas got on the elevator and descended from the highest floor to the first. When we came to the first floor, instead of the entrance for emergencies, normal admittance, and discharges, we deliberately left from the outpatient entrance and headed to the parking lot. It's the sound of the wind. The moment we left the building, a cold winter blast struck us in the face. In the parking lot, with few obstructions, the wind felt even stronger. Together, while peering around cautiously, we walked around the parking lot. Then, after searching a while, we found Dad's car. Oh, that's a nice car, too. I mean, it's just a drawing, but a silver coupe. It's not a bad car, especially for 2005. The car Dad was so proud of that he even changed the interior. Quickly, I inserted the key and opened the door. See, okay, I'm wondering if the dad had planned out the escape. 'Cause I don't think he had this in mind. He probably did, though. I mean, he's a sneaky, crafty little devil. But honestly, leave down in the comments below if you think that the dad was like planning this from the start. Because I don't know. Hey, you can get in.
分かった
I sank myself into the deep driver's seat. For the girl in the passenger seat, because of her height, even if she sat normally, it was difficult for her to see the front. Next, I put the key in my hand and into the ignition. And as I turned it, stepped on the accelerator. Yeah, I'm still not used to seeing, because I live in America, right? So we got the driver's side on the left. I'm still not used to seeing it on the right. Like, I don't know where the ignition goes. Is it still on the right-hand side? I don't know. Somebody tell me. Because I don't know these things. Next, I put the key in my hand into the ignition, and as I turned it on, stepped on the accelerator. It was all exactly like what the training center had taught. It's a clean start. In moments, the sound of the engine reverberated in the interior. After that, release the parking brake and just let go of the clutch. With this, we can go anywhere. Should be able to go anywhere. Well, here we go. The girl gave a small nod, and in response, I shifted into second gear. And quietly, the car set off. As the chassis rattled from the unfamiliar clutch, slowly it went on.
揺れるわね。
It's shaky, isn't it? Oh wait, she said that. Oops! Ignore me! It's the first time in this car after all. And while we're on the subject, it's the first time driving since I got my license.
そう。
Eventually, it appeared before us. The hospital parking lot exit. Just beyond it was a large road. I pulled the car out into the lightless intersection. From behind came the sound of car horns blaring at us as we... From behind came the sound of car horns blaring at us as we suddenly pulled into the lane. The unfamiliar clutch ground when the gears shifted while the silver coupe ran its fits and starts. Too many car words! Perhaps the cars behind us were especially angry. It didn't seem like they would stop honking for a while. Even so, without paying them any particular mind, I drove. The feeling of reality was somehow thin. Hey you.
何？
Are you afraid?
怖がった方がいい。
No, not really. Probably help in this situation, considering you're with a new driver. Still morning, the sun was high. Looking beyond the windshield, the January winter sky was painted so blue it somehow felt sorrowful. It wasn't like we had a destination. That day under the winter sky, the car swayed with unfamiliar clutch. That day in our pajamas, the two of us aimed for the national road. That winter day. Okay. They fucking ran away together. I need a moment here to get a drink. Give me a second, please. Got my sweet tea. Around when that so very high sun was turning orange. Oh, that's pretty. We continued to drive, simply at random. The car continued running. And then, when the area turned into an unfamiliar place, I'm stopping for a bit. Finally, I brought the car to a stop. Outside of the city area, by the roadside somewhere, a lonely place that didn't seem to have much traffic. Stopping the car in a place I didn't even know the name of, I started inspecting the interior. If there were things that would even be the slightest bit useful. We had rushed out without any preparation, but I could see that we would be in trouble very soon. While thinking about that, first I searched the dashboard in front of me. There really isn't much there. There really isn't much, is there? Just a few hundred yen worth of what appeared to be change from the expressways. The rest were just a few books of manga and a disposable camera. Excuse me. It wasn't like we had a destination, but it seemed that the navigation system installed in the car was broken too. And also the amount of money I had was about 8,000 yen, which is about 80 bucks. While leaving, I had hurriedly stuffed my life savings into my pocket. With that and adding in the change in front of me, it could barely make 9,000 yen. Of course, it wasn't like I had been expecting to find anything in the car from the start. But with this budget, we'd probably be in trouble really soon. I could definitely believe that we would find decent lodging. Wouldn't be able to find decent lodging. Even saying that, I doubt the girl had any money.
どうかした？
No, it's nothing. Oh well, it didn't matter. I should have known this from the start. To begin with, it wasn't like we had thought up arrangements or plans before acting. Instead of that, right now, I wanted to move. I didn't want to sit still. Under the now darkening sky, once again the silver coupe ran. By the way, are you hungry? As I drove, I spoke to the one sitting next to me. Thinking about it, we hadn't eaten since this morning. For now, let's go to a convenience store.
Yeah.
No? Hey, don't be so picky. And compared to the 7th floor's food, it absolutely has to be better. At my words, the girl returned silence. Those downcast eyes, their line of sight was on the pink pajamas that she wore. Now that you say, that's right. As I spoke, I looked down at my own clothes. Certainly in these pajamas, wherever we went, we'd stand out too much. It wasn't like it was fine inside the car either. But in any case, we had to do something about these clothes. Making that decision, I turned the wheel from the main road and headed into town. After running a while, the place that we came to was some street I didn't know the name of. Surely it must be near some station since it was a street where about that number of people could be seen. In a place like this, you'd think there'd be one. While glancing around the area searching, I moved the car on, slightly raising my body in the seat while driving. Ah, found one. In a short while, I spotted a coin-operated laundromat. It appeared quite run down and was in the first floor of a small apartment building. This place might just be perfect. A short distance away from the entrance, I parked the car. Alright, just wait a bit. Don't tell me he's gonna steal people's clothes. Leaving the girl, who was making a puzzled face, I headed to the coin-op laundromat on foot. Just past the automatic doors, my nose picked up the scent of bleach and detergent. Inside, it was just as run down as the exterior, filled with old washing machines and dryers. There's no one around. I muttered those words in the empty shop. There, raising a low sound while spinning, was a single unit in use. Quickly approaching the machine, I started to check the timer. It looked like 200 yen had been inserted, and it was set for 30 minutes. Also, it had been going for only 5 minutes. Most likely until it was about done, the person was passing time somewhere. With that deduction once again from the entrance, I looked around for someone that seemed like that sort of person. Then, making sure no one was in sight, I placed my hands on the revolving dryer's door. And suddenly opened it. Yep, he's stealing people's clothes. Of course he is. Open in the middle of a drying cycle, the machine was forced to stop temporarily. Ignoring the blast of heat and damp air, I took out a mass of half-dry clothes from inside. Then, carrying it just like that in both hands, I looked around once more before I put the shop behind me. Don't question it. Don't question it. Setsumi. My man, stealing clothes for your girl. Seeing both my hands filled with laundry, the girl raised a bit of a surprised voice. Setsumi, come on, notice something, girl. However, paying no heed to that, I threw them in the back seat. Well, we're going. Doesn't give a fuck. 0 fucks given. With one hand on the wheel, I eyed the pile of laundry I had thrown in the back. At a glance, there it was, all flashy-looking jeans and sweatshirts. All the sizes seemed to be on the large side. They were still wet, but inside the car, with the heat from the vents, it'd probably be dry soon. Later, change it to something you like. For those words also came no particular reply. She simply looked at the pile of laundry. Well, what else could we do? You do. Even for me, it wasn't like I did this because I liked it. The money that we held wasn't like we were sent on an errand with it. However, with what we had on hand now, buying new clothes would have been a tight situation. Probably. When the face of the moon really came out, and we had driven for a while, I stopped the car near some park somewhere. It was most likely some kind of children's park, tucked in the middle of a residential neighborhood. In the middle of that, I began to search through the clothes stolen earlier. Most likely because of the heating in the car, the laundry was totally... Okay, see? That's what I mean by mistranslations. Totally dry, not try. Typos, people. Looks like it really is all guy stuff. Exactly as when I had glanced at them, it was all gaudy jeans and sweats. Most likely it was someone about my age, and size-wise, something close. And then, while sitting in the driver's seat, I grabbed a pair of suitable jeans and sweatshirt and started to change. Hey, you should change into something too. Except she's a girl. Delicacy, my man.
これも大きすぎる。
That too. Then you're gonna always be in pajamas?
わかった。
With a reluctant reply, the girl took hold of the pair of jeans and opened the door. Hey, where are you going?
着替えてくる。
Yeah! Decency, bruh. It's PG. Let's keep it PG, okay? Keep it PG. With just that answer, she began walking towards the restroom that could be seen in the park just ahead. Hey there, that was quick. In moments, the girl returned. The pink pajamas that she had been wearing up until now was in her hand, and she had changed into jeans and a white sweatshirt. Well, it's good that you managed to put something on. There was no reply. It was something I saw coming. The size was too much and draped rather heavily on her. Since the jeans were too long, the legs were rolled up a number of times, while the top sweatshirt was in the same way folded over.
パジャマのままの方が良かった。
Then put the pajamas back on, girl! Well, don't say that. It's a bit warmer this way. At my words, she gave me the slightest dissatisfied look. I guess something more feminine would have been better.
別に。
So she doesn't really care about that. She just... I don't know what she cares about. I'm not good with ladies. Even though I thought she was dissatisfied with the poofy sweatshirt, soon she returned to being expressionless. Za? Is that the sound of rain? Suddenly it started raining. As if it had forgotten how to stop, rain spilled from the old January sky. Looking from inside the car, countless raindrops on the windshield. One by one, they would grow too big to stick. A number would gather, overflow, and turn into the rivulet. Turn into a rivulet? Rivulet? Then, while flowing down, they would involve other rivulets. I'm just gonna call it rivulets, because that's how it looks. And flow even more. The two of us just sat gazing at that sort of rain from inside the car. In some parking lot somewhere, a lonely place in the mountains. Having finished shopping at a convenience store, we were spending the night. On the menu for each of us was 2 nigiri, 500 milliliters of pokari, and half an order of fries. It's been a while since having this stuff, eh? With one hand holding the convenience store nigiri, and the girl murmured. Thinking about it normally, it wasn't all that splendid, but compared to the food on the 7th floor, it was good enough. Yeah, hospital food sucks. And then when both of us reached towards the fries, suddenly the girl's hand stopped. Is something wrong?
別に。
While answering, her line of sight turned towards the whitely fogged windshield. There by the roadside, a number of white flowers could be seen. Narcissus! Narcissus! Yep, narcissus. Yep, I know it. Yeah, they're really pretty, actually. White flowers soaked by the rain. I didn't know whether they were planted by someone or were there naturally, but those flowers seemed familiar. Those were narcissus?
ナルキソス。
Narcissus.
水仙のことよ。
Oh, daffodils. Well, those were daffodils. They're freaking awesome looking. I don't think awesome is the right word. Well, awesome means awe-inspiring, so I like them. I didn't know too much about plants and all, but daffodils I had at least heard of the name before. And I also recalled that even the girl would normally speak only rarely. she would uncharacteristically join in conversation on this topic. That's why I went along and continued to speak. Wow, it's starting to really rain. And I guess these are also different from those two?
厳密には違う。
If you want to get technical, they're different. But, yeah. They're quite rare things, then, aren't they?
別にどこにでもあるわよ。
They're everywhere, she says. Everywhere. Not in America. Well, probably in America. I've never seen them. Maybe. I don't remember. I probably have. Everywhere. Like where? I've gotten used to the serious moanings. For me, it wasn't like I put very much meaning into the statement. It was intended simply from the flow of conversation as a natural question. And yet, she thought for a moment, then slowly opened her mouth. That would imply America, right? Nishi, West.
淡路島が有名。
Okay, so not this far west. Awaji West. I don't know Japan's geography, though. I'm not good with America's geography, either. Not good at geography. Hey, wait. Awaji, you mean... Just how far do you think that is from here? For someone who had only just started driving like me, I couldn't even make a guess. Most likely, it was easily around 700 kilometers, and even using the expressways, I couldn't even begin to estimate the time it would take. First thing, considering our funds, it certainly didn't seem enough. Even if we stayed off the expressways and used smaller roads, the cost of gasoline itself was ominous. Look, don't say unreasonable things now. There's no way we could go to such a place, right?
誰が行きたいなんて言ったの？
I did. Huh?
言われたから答えただけ。
Mm-hmm. With just that answer, the girl once again gazed beyond the windshield at those flowers. Go away, people. The glass inside the car, cold from the rain, was fogged white, her cascades beyond even that. It wasn't as if I wanted to go there also. However, it also wasn't as if I had any other place to go. See, this guy is a little bit of a tsundere. Like, he's very tsune. But you gotta love him because he's daddy. I don't know, that's just the kind of vibe I'm getting from this guy. It's like, I didn't really want to go. I didn't really want to get my license. Or anything like that. But anyway, guys. So, that's the end of Chapter 2. Next, I think Chapter 4 is going to be the last. Chapter 3 might be the last chapter. I really hope Chapter 3 is not the last chapter. I don't think it's going to be. But, anyway. So, thank you guys so much for watching Episode 2 of my Narcissu playthrough. My first playthrough of anything. Of any visual novel. Actually, it's my first visual novel, to be honest, other than like a short little like 12-minute one. But yeah, so next time we will be doing Chapter 3, Maps, and I hope you'll stick around for that. If you like this, hit that like button. It helps me a lot, and yeah, it lets me know that you guys are enjoying this series. Also, if you have any other requests for any games that you want me to play, I'm thinking about getting Occupant's Trip around Christmas time. So, if you guys want to see that, that's cool. I might get Mega Dimension Neptunia 7 on PS4. I don't know. It just depends on what you guys want to see. So, anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Keep watching anime. Bye.